This video is for those who just feel stuck right now. Stuck in any way in life where you feel like you're trying to go forward and nothing's happening. You feel like you have done so much to contribute to what we perceive as a better life. You know, the American dream. And nothing seemed to be happening. If that's you and you fit that description, this is the video for you, so don't go nowhere. Remember in one of my videos I was talking about motivation and that drive to wake up every day and just get done what needs to be done to be what you want to be, that thing that you strive for. And I was saying how motivation isn't enough. You have to find a purpose. You have to find that reason to get up and do it regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you're thinking, regardless of what's going on. But even then, sometimes you do that over and over and over, and you still feel like you ain't getting nowhere. There's nothing happening, nothing's changing. Your situation might even feel worse in a lot of ways. It might seem like life just keep slapping you in the face. That was perfect. I'm here to say that there's a reason for that. And the reason is because of the circumstances that has been happening. Now your brain is stuck in a loop of looking for the negative outcome, the worst case scenario. Almost like you put in that job application and before you even hit submit, you already tell yourself you're not getting that job. You tell yourself, I'm only worth this amount of money. I'm only worth this position. This is as far as I'm ever going to go. How many of y'all ever thought that? Those thoughts become a loop, and that loop starts to shift your reality, almost like spiritual numbers. When you start to pay attention to the 111 on the clock, the 333, 1111, and your brain becomes fixated on that, you catch that all the time. You be like, man, why do I see this every day? It must be a sign from God. Maybe, but it's also your brain is fixated to pay attention to that. So when it pops up on the clock, your brain is like, oh, there it go. It's the same thing with bad case scenarios. Once you lock your mind on that, you become that. So once you tell yourself you are stuck, you become stuck. You become the loop. You are in a loop. You have to get out of it. How do you get out of the loop? I'm glad you asked. You have to change routines. Because patterns are things that trap you into habits, and habits become who you are. It becomes your reality. So once you get stuck in a habit, it's always going to remind you of that same loop, that same pattern, that same mindset. So now you have to shift. You have to change. Whether it's the time of day you do things, whether it's the things that you do at that time of day, you have to change it. Whether it's the food that you eat, you have to change it. Whether it's the TV shows that you watch, the videos that you listen to, you have to change it. You have to shock the mind to changing up this routine of stagnation. Once you become too stagnant and too stuck in this place, you stop growing, at least mentally, because your brain is so used to the loop, it traps you there. You have to get out of it. Reading is one way to break out of it. Reading, it forces you to have a imagination. You have to be creative because you're not watching a visual on the screen, so you create the visual. Reading will help you break that loop. Watching TV can help you break that loop, but it still puts you in a cycle of sitting still and just watching. You're just watching. You're not doing. So your brain is it's in a comfortable state. You know, it gets comfortable. It gets dopamine. It's getting fed. So it's getting a reward. So it doesn't want to do anything. If you still feel stuck in that loop, like you tried to change the routine and you still feel stuck, next thing to pay attention to may just simply be your environment. Sometimes the things around you have you stuck. It's hard to get out of a place where you stay, a place that you dwell, that you call home, immediately, but eventually you will be able to. So the environment has to change. I like to go on walks. As you see from the majority, probably all of my videos at this point, I'm always walking. I do got goals that I want to reach as far as physical health and fitness, but it's also for my mind. This gives me like this reset. When I go walking, it lets me be free. It let me literally float with the wind, forget about my problems for 30 minutes to an hour, and just be. I'm just being. Even when I make these videos, I'm just being. I have a topic that I pick in my head, and then I just let it flow. Hopefully it resonates with somebody. Hopefully somebody gets something out of it and they can post my video, listen to my video, and it really manifests with them and help their day. But I don't put too much pressure on myself. I be free because I believe the natural state of being free is the way to be. When it's too much effort put in on something and you're trying, that word becomes more of a nuisance to me. When you're trying, most of the time you fail. But when you just put effort toward and be free and let the Most High, God, Creator, whatever word resonates with you, then things go exactly as planned. Doesn't feel like it all the time, but that's where the trust and faith comes in. And I can't teach anybody how to have that, but you do have to have that. It's just a thing. There's nothing past that. Because you either gotta have faith in a creator. At the minimum, you gotta have faith in yourself. You gotta believe that things are going to change and going to get better, no matter what. But you also gotta understand, this probably should have been first. When you do get stuck in a loop, you have to understand that nothing is forever, no matter what. Even that loop isn't forever. So you will get out of it. Just how fast and how it affects you when you get out of it is going to determine you and how you let the situation shape you. Sometimes when I get stuck in a loop, I see it more as it's like practice, football practice. You do the same thing every week. You practice the same plays over and over, so it's a loop. But you get better and better and better and better and better to the point where it doesn't affect you anymore. Now it's not such a loop. It's preparing you for whatever that next challenge is, that next road and path you gotta walk. I guess mentality makes a difference in everything that you do. Mindset really does matter. It changes everything. You have to learn how to take control of your mind and not let your mind control you. Mind control. Don't let your mind control you, because it's great at doing that. The mind is amazing at tricking everybody. They say don't trust what you can see as far as you can see it. You have to get out of the loop by bullying your mind, but at the same time, you have to be free. You have to be free. You got to make your mind do what you want it to do and not do what your mind is telling you. It's a difference. Trust the voices, and by voices, I just mean the creator. And you got to know the difference between your voice and your ego. It's also something I can't teach.